Hey guys, Damien here again. A few more reviews. Justice League Dark, number 9, the first issue of a Jeff Lemire run, which seems like it should be exciting because of Jeff Lemire's great work elsewhere. These are more like my thoughts than my reviews. I'm not a thorough reviewer. Flash number 9 and Flash number 8, I read them one after the other pretty quickly. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about Danger Club 1 and 2. I picked these up because some other people were saying good things about them. And still have that habit of looking over at my microphone. I think it picks me up pretty well from here. So let me talk about the Flash first. These were all like, I thought they were really cool, but there were little problems. Flash, oops, I'm not even holding up the Flash there. Flash number 9. Flash number. Man. Haha. Flash number 9 and Flash number 8. Flash number 8. It's the mirror effect. Flash number 8 was really cool. Full of great stuff. As always, as people often point out, the art is fantastic. Francis Manapul and his regular co-writer and colorist. Brian Buccicello, I don't know. They do a marvelous job. It's always interesting to see what they're going to do next with the artwork, how they're going to lay things out. It reminds me of the fun of reading The Spirit, with Will Eisner, where you never know what he's going to do next with the layouts. This is the kind of book that definitely makes me not want to read things digitally, but get the magazine and see how it looks. So this one was a lot of fun, and we found out a lot about the Speed Force, which gives the Flash his power. Apparently, I don't know if that's new or an old idea because I really haven't followed the Flash in ages and ages and ages, and I never did more than pick up the occasional Flash before this. So the New 52's definitely got me into the Flash. We have this villain, the Turbine, who's pretty cool. And the whole, we're inside the Speed Force, so it's kind of this dimension, and we learn new things about it. And then, and we get teased for Gorilla Grodd at the end, and it seems really exciting, and we really want some Gorilla Grodd. But then this Gorilla Grodd issue is a bit of a letdown. Just somehow it doesn't click so well. I think some other reviewers, David Lee had some really good points about the amnesia gimmick being too gimmicky, too much just a convenience for the writer. And Minutia Minute, I don't know why I always want to call him Minutia Man. Minutia Minute had some good points about we're starting to accumulate a lot of dangling threads. Maybe the Gorilla Grodd story would have been better if they didn't feel they had to do it in one issue, but could spread it out and really sort of develop Gorilla Grodd. Even beyond the amnesia, which I guess I kind of accepted until hearing David Lee talk about it, was the problem with kind of all the good gorillas who wanted to help the Flash and everything, and that just seemed forced or just done too quickly, perhaps. And the dangling, now we've really got a lot of dangling threads. And I'm starting to wonder, maybe I missed, there was that really cool part where he thinks super fast, but that doesn't seem to show up here anymore. His ability to think within the Speed Force and think super fast there. Maybe I need to reread some older Flashes and see if they had actually gotten rid of that. But then as I became more critical of it, I even looked back at issue 8 and I wondered, well, we never had explained very well what Turbine's power is and what he does. And so it seems like they're piling up more and more unexplained things and then just moving on. So the Flash is still really great. But there's that but. But is it heading towards some problems, or is there going to be as much of a payoff? Is it going to be as exciting as it seems it's going to be? And then talking about expectations, Justice League Dark, I had very high expectations with. I'd only read issue 1 in the New 52. I'm familiar with most of these characters, more from Vertigo or really old comics. Um, and I thought, I'll jump on with Jeff Lemire. I still like the idea of the sort of darker, more supernatural characters somehow being in a superhero team. But this has yet to convince me. John Constantine, the Hellblazer, is kind of the leader, putting together the group, and it just seemed going through the motions and not very exciting to me. And as I think Ghost Critic pointed out, this is not the most exciting version of John Constantine. And we've had a lot of John Constantine in the past, and we want to see you do something interesting with him. The bad guy and the searching for artifacts, and it all just felt kind of by the book. The artist does the action scenes really well. I thought the talking scenes sort of between the action were weaker, but I really did love the art in the action sequences. Very exciting. So I definitely stick with this for a while and see if it picks up ahead of steam now that he's set things up. But a little bit of a disappointment. And then a number of people talked about Danger Club, and it looked a little interesting, a little different, and it is. Each issue starts with one page from what looks like some old comic book and about these superhero sidekicks, and then we launch into a much more modern looking art style. And it's I like the drawing, but I don't like the coloring. The coloring seems to obscure things to me and weigh it down and not match the art style. But so the basic premise is that we've got these kids sidekicks. Did I lose my other copy? That's weird. We've got these sidekicks. Oh, I got confused. I thought I was looking at Mind the Gap, but I was looking at an ad for Mind the Gap on the back. So there are sidekicks. Sidekicks are the only superheroes left. All the main superheroes have died in some big battle, and now the sidekicks are trying to work things out, usually in a very bloody and belligerent fashion. People get killed, wiped out. There's huge conflicts, all leading up to them needing to face whatever the big bad thing in outer space is that already killed all the superheroes. So so it's all very enjoyable and very clever, and there's some kind of unique touches. Like this heroine is a miniature girl who flies inside a giant robot, which is somewhat familiar, but she also comes from a miniaturized version of Tokyo where they have lots of giant robots. But she's a bit of a rebel from that miniaturized Tokyo, and it'll be interesting to find out more about that. But the big but about this and whether it will be good in the future is these issues kind of start in the middle of the action as if these superheroes have been going on for a long time, and now we're clearing the stage. We're killing off a lot of characters. Other characters have already been killed off before the series starts, and we don't know where the series is going beyond this sort of clearing of the stage. In Danger Club. So another one that I'll keep reading for a while. Definitely one of the cooler Image comics that are trying to do things a little differently. Also kind of in that dark, let's show that superheroes are really kind of these gross, violent things. And so I'm kind of a little dubious of that too. At some point, you just want superheroes to be superheroes a little more. Also, I've been watching lots of videos still, and I wanted to mention two more YouTube comic book people that I've really been enjoying. One, and I'll put the links down below. One is Edward2962, and he's been doing it a long time, and I've been kind of looking through his backlog of videos, and I enjoy his reviews, and I really enjoy the more almost like little essays or explorations of different issues he does, like when he talks about the difference between Marvel and DC, or he looks over an old comic book or an old comic book series and discusses it. Has a great discussion of Black Lightning. Does a really cool little retro review of old Lois Lane issue, things like that. So I definitely enjoy Edward 2962. And another guy who does really nice, just sort of short reviews of current comics is Sabu 186, and he must have named himself after Khazar's saber-toothed lion, Sabu. I think that's how you say it. I'm not even sure how to say Khazar or Khazar or something else. When I was a kid, I always called him Khazar. That's what I thought he should be called. Then I've heard other people call him Khazar. Anyhow, thanks for making it to the end of my video. If I get a chance over this Memorial Day weekend, I hope to put up even more videos. I just need to now find time to read some books, depending on what my wife and daughter let me get away with. So, bye for now.